Under my feet right now, you'll find soil, clay, minerals, and even a few creepy crawlies. But what else can be under there? Just 30 centimetres below ground, you could also find cables, pipes, and 132,000 volts of electricity. That's enough to power up to almost 10,000 homes and kill you in an instant. So, whether you're excavating to connect services to a high-rise or just putting in a letterbox, every time you dig, you run the risk of being injured by an electric shock from striking underground electricity cables. You could also cut the electricity supply to thousands of homes, schools and hospitals in your area and cause damage to plant and equipment, which could add up to millions of dollars and some pretty serious legal liabilities. Whatever the job, there's just one simple thing to remember before digging up any surface. If you don't know what's under the ground, don't dig. So how do you know? Well, it's easy. Just follow the 4 P's of safe excavation: planning, potholing, protecting, and proceeding. Before you even touch a crowbar or pick up a shovel, you have to plan your dig. First thing, get in contact with Dial Before You Dig. They're a free national referral service designed to prevent damage and disruption to the vast pipe and cable networks. You can find them by calling 1100, downloading the Dial Before You Dig app, or online at 1100.com.au. When you give your dig location, they'll pass your referral on to the affected asset owners, who'll then send the information directly to you. If there's anything you don't understand, contact your local electricity network provider. They can help. Once you have your plans, it's time to do your risk assessment. And this includes planning for any hazards that might pop up during your job. This can include checking the site conditions, including depth of excavation, and any visual clues of underground cables, like markings on footpaths and roads. Looking for faults or fractures in rocks, ensuring you have the right tools to carry out the work safely, and looking out for physical hazards, like traffic, environmental conditions, unauthorised site access, and other nearby utilities, including overhead power lines. Whoa, 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 hey, hey, hey! Working near underground assets, including energised electrical cables, is high-risk construction work, and that requires a safe work method statement. You can find out more information about high-risk construction work and safe work method statements by visiting safework.newsouthwales.gov.au. Remember, planning your job could save your life. Next up is potholing. No, not that one. Potholing, or soft digging, will help establish the exact location of all underground infrastructures. There are 2 ways you can do this: non-destructive digging and manual potholing. Non-destructive digging involves excavating using high-pressure water or compressed air to break up the ground. This can then be removed using a high-powered vacuum, just like this one behind me. For smaller excavation jobs, manual potholing can be used. This means you can use simple tools like shovels, hose and picks. The 3rd P is to protect the work area. This can include cables, holes, as well as access to the site. Protecting the work area is always the responsibility of the excavator. You also have a duty of care to ensure the correct safety barriers are put in place. So, here are 4 key things to consider. The first is to ensure the stability of trenching. This involves shoring up the hole and benching to reduce the depth and provide safe access. For all open trenches on work sites, there must be secure and safe access and egress to the asset owners. This could be through adequate walkboards or other solid foundations. The excavation should also be properly fenced with appropriate safety signage to prevent unauthorised access. You may also need to appoint a safety observer, a worker whose role is to ensure work is carried out in accordance with the Safe Work Method Statement. That doesn't mean that the rest of the crew can slack off. It's everyone's responsibility to ensure a safe site. The safety observer will ensure safe distances from underground assets are maintained. When it comes to directional boring, you'll need to stop and get in contact with your local electricity network provider before the excavation takes place. So, now that you've planned, potholed and protected the site, it's time to proceed and get on with the job. But before you dig in, it's worth going through what to do if something does go wrong. If you strike a cable, don't panic. Call your local electricity network provider to switch off power or report damage and keep at least 8 metres away from the incident site. If the situation is not controllable, dial 000 straight away. If someone has suffered an electric shock, do not touch or attempt to rescue them, or you could end up seriously injured too. If the machine you're using touches a cable, remain on or inside your machine until the supply is disconnected. Excavation safety is all about being in the know, knowing the environment, knowing your tools and equipment, knowing the right steps to getting the job done properly without causing damage. Because knowing a few simple steps could save your life. So if you don't know, don't dig.